आपादमौळि पर्यन्तां गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथः लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितरामितरानपेक्षां हृद्वयं निगमशाखिशिखाप्रवालं हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौरिनित्यं विघ्नाद्रिभिर्वशतधारतिरन्तरः सर्वेषां स्वागतं. Welcome to the Bhashya session for verses 41 to 43. Again, we are continuing with that same concepts because it is the opinion from one person only. So, after speaking about Kali Yuga in the next, that is the 40th one, there is a conclusion. Nakalau Deva Devasya Janma Dukha Apaharinaha. The one who is able to liberate from Dukha Apaharinaha. Karoti Martyo Mudhatma Smaranam Kirtanam Harihe. So, despite knowing that Harinama Smarane has the power to take away the Janma Dukkhas, if we don't do it, then we are Mudhatma. So this is giving us the medicine. The anatomy, the analogy I've already said. It is giving us the medicine. We do not have the right to scold the doctor when we do not take our medicines on the right time. So we have to first make sure that we do our work. That means stay healthy, preventive cure, etc., etc. And when we do have some problem, then we have to take whatever is the prescribed medicine. Here we cannot say that no, I'm capable. My immune system is very strong. Therefore, it doesn't matter what kind of virus has attacked my system. I'm still going to survive. That is the reason that that person is called as Mudatma. That is the understanding. So Harinama Smarane has the power to change our outlook. And this has happened. Anybody who has taken up chanting Bhagavad Gita for a continuous period, you can ask them how it has changed their thinking. There is a power to bring about that change in thinking, in thoughts, in our outlook, everything. Without trying, this is also another aspect of it. Those inquisitive minds who feel that all this is, uh, just made up things, they should first try to experience. If they are not able to give time to experience something, then they should not comment. There should be no judgment. Because people do very crazy things. At this point of time, there is no limitation to that. Somebody says that I feel empowered if I get a tattoo. Somebody says I feel empowered if I wear some kind of clothes. Why can't a shloka be the reason for somebody else's empowerment? So a Mudhatma in this sense is particularly that person who is commenting without even trying it. Without even trying it. I've seen people from ISKCON chant 108 times counts of Hare Krishna mantra, and they do it for 16 malas. So 16 into 108. And this is not a small mantra. It is a shloka. They do it every morning. You can even get the feed if you're in any of the groups. They are doing it because it has resulted in a change within them. So for anybody to comment that it doesn't work, they're doing it for something, etc., etc., it doesn't make sense if you are a Nastika or whatever it may be. If you're not able to give it its due, then you are biased. To find out what that mantra truly has the effect of, you should give it time. If you're not able to give it time, then you're not jignasu. You're not curious. You're judgmental. And that is the Mudhatma in this. If it is pure curiosity, then you have to try it. After giving it time, after noticing the changes, if you feel it is not for you, then you have the right to comment. Comment as in only up to you, your opinion, because others have felt the change. So it is wrong to make statements as all this is stupid. And the reason, particularly, why I'm saying this is because I had already previously shared in the Bhashya session that there was a conversation on Reddit or somewhere very recently about one user commenting that Samskrita is a dead language and we are wasting time. We are wasting time trying to understand it, trying to read it. How do you know that it's a waste of time when you don't even know what sattva it has? From a very business outlook, what that user is trying to say is that it is of no use to us in today's world. Have you ever experimented with the knowledge of the Shastras? As far as I see it, there is so much of relevance in any kind of field that we take up. There is so much relevance. Today's AI, natural language processing, NLP, has found Sanskrit to be extremely powerful in teaching it how to process natural language. There are so many different research happening in that field. Our prenatal knowledge has a separate branch called as Garbhopanishad. How the fetal development happens from conception to embryo development, everything has been documented in something called as Garbhopanishad. And it's an Upanishad. It's at least 2 to 3,000 years old by a conservative measure. So to say there is nothing good in that, then what you're doing is you're not learning a language because you don't have a conversational use, and not we will end up at that state where all the knowledge of the Shastras will remain as it is and we will become lame ducklings. We will not understand what our Shastras mean. That has already happened to a very large extent thanks to a few scholars who have kept it alive. We are today able to see something. We are today able to see some kind of a gap, knowledge gap bridged. And now we are discouraging Sanskrit from primary education or secondary education or as a language, then we will end up with text that we will never understand. It is like Subramaniam Ramanujan's book. He has given he has written, whenever he said that it was his Kuladevi who gave him all these things about limits and all that. He has written his mathematical formulations. It is kept in, I think, I'm not sure about the university, maybe Cambridge. It is kept over there in a museum. None of us will ever understand anything out of it because we have not even, once we see math, we were afraid of it and we didn't go further pursue it. How will we understand that mind? But that is what is being used to understand space and time today, to understand cosmology today. Many of the space scientists are benefited from it. Even today, any understanding, any Indian inventions that we have seen, it is primarily because they were trying to understand how the creation happened and who is a creator. If we take the example of Varahamihira, the mathematical decimal system did not happen because we wanted to understand fractions. No, we wanted to understand what is the difference between Sat and Asat. And therefore, there is one point where there is a creation happening. And from that point onwards, we can see one fraction going down, infinitely small amounts are going to come, and then it is going to get big, big, big. So there is completely microscopic and completely macroscopic, and therefore that point has occurred. It is not because we wanted to do something great with mathematics. It was definitely used. The concept of limits, that is something approaching infinity, something approaching zero, but not being that. How easy is it to compare this to the concept of singularity? There is nothing there, yet there is something that can give birth to something. It is insignificant in terms of amount, in terms of macroscopic features, but it is capable of bringing something to life. Approaching that whole concept of limits is like that. So to say that something is irrelevant, if somebody doesn't want to study something, that is fine. There's a preference. Saying somebody's opinion is also good. Why should we learn it? That is out of curiosity, we are asking that question. But to say that it is a dead language, there is no use for it, is a judgment. Why is such judgments being made? Are we capable of making such judgments? Saying that I do not understand Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, I don't want to learn about it, I'm not interested in it, this is fine. Saying that what our Acharya said is bad, is wrong, how do you know? How much time have you given to understand their tattvas? I think around 2 3 years ago, there was another issue with respect to a person from Cambridge claiming that the acharyas in Vyakarana Shastra, they misinterpreted something, and there was it shouldn't be interpreted like this or something like that. There was one headlines called as 2000-year-old Sanskrit puzzle solved or something like that. What irked most of the Vyakarana scholars in India is not that there was an alternative interpretation made, that everybody would have accepted, because there are exceptions. But to say that the whole parampara is wrong, the whole Acharya parampara was wrong, this is a judgment. Why are we making such judgments when we are not even capable of understanding their intellect, when we are not even capable of understanding their works? They are called as mudha. This is not, I'm not saying this with the intention to insult anybody or criticize anybody. There is a very thin line between expression of opinion and judgment. Judgment requires expert understanding of it. A judge, imagine a judge who is passing a verdict not to be accustomed to law only. He doesn't know anything about law, but yet he's saying that this is bad. How can we accept that? So, a Mudhatma is somebody who passes that judgment. And this person, knowing that specifically, we are talking about the 41st verse itself. What is this person doing? This person, knowing that Harinama Smarane can alleviate our sufferings, is not doing it. Why? He has made up this judgment in his mind that all this is all made up things. Therefore, he is Mudhatma. Then in the very next verse, we see that it should not just be chanted. See, that this is the qualification. Because that Mudhatma thinks he's taking words and he's going to interpret it literally, saying that, oh, how can a name, chanting a name alleviate our sufferings? How can Hari, 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 thinking like that can make my pain go away? Therefore, the clarification is, it is not just with an action, but it should be with Vishuddhena Antaratmana. Vishuddhena Antaratmana. So, yeah, Smarati sada Vishnum Vishuddhena Antaratmana te prayanti bhayantyatva Vishnuloka maya manamayam. So here the qualification is we should do it through Vishuddhena Antaratmana. This is the thing. Vishuddhena, as I said, with a pure heart. Pure heart means not bearing any ill for anybody else. And this would mean not harming anybody, not thinking about harming anyone, or not even not doing it just for the sake of doing it. That is also one other. Vishuddhena, Shuddhi, is when it comes to Shuddhi of mind, the mind should be free from any kind of the Arishad Vargas. So there shouldn't be Irsha where I'm saying that, oh, he's doing, so I'm going to do it. Dambha, Ahankara, I'm going to do it because it is difficult. No, I'm going to do it and I'm going to show everybody. It should be done with a pure heart. It should not be done to harm others or with the specific intention of showing one's own supremacy. Condescension must not be there. So, Vishuddhena, Antaratmana, it must be true to what we are feeling in our Antaratma. The reflection of the purity of Atma must be shown, because whatever we do, our Atma is not going to be affected by it. All the sufferings, whatever it may be, it is limited only to our physical existence. Therefore, Antaratmana, we should do it with the knowledge that our soul is enabling us for this karma, and there is a prerana from our soul to do this particular karma, that is Harismarane. Then the last, that is the next, that is the 43rd shloka is Garbha Janma Jara Roga Dukha Samsara Bandhanaihi Nabadhyate Naro Nityam Vasudevam Anusmaran. Vasudevam Anusmaran. So once we think about Vasudeva Anusmaran, that means we do his Smarane daily, Nityam. Then what happens? Then all these dukkhas, that is the dukkhas that has been originated from Garbha, Janma, Jara, Roga, Dukkha, Samsara, Bandhanas, all these bandhanas, from them, whatever the dukkha that comes about, we are not going to be affected by it. And this is from the opinion of this is actually from Brahma Vaivarta Purana, and Brahma Vaivarta Purana is also one of the 18 Ashtadasha Mahapuranas. So it says Karmarambhe cha madhyeva sheshe Vishnuscha yasmaret paripurnan tasya karma vaidikascha bhavet dvijaha. So Karmarambhe cha madhyeva sheshe Vishnuscha yasmaret Vishnupurnan tasya karma vaidikascha bhavet dvijaha. So this is the mention of where this is coming from. The shloka, Janma Mrityu Jara, all the garbhas, the dukkha originating from all these things. Why it is important is from this they are saying that only his smarane, nitya smarane, is enough to make a person even a dvija. Dvija is the second one, as already mentioned in Sri Rama Gita also. A person who was, so he has this clarity with respect to how Purusharthas has to be attained. Therefore, uh, that it is enough to make Harinama Smarane Advija. And this Brahma Vaivarta Purana is in dedication to Krishna. This is again, this is by Shri Vedavyasa himself, and it is one of the important Puranas in Vaishnava tradition. and the dedication is with respect to Krishna. Here, the specific understanding of Krishna is expanded. It is expanded with respect to Krishna, who is as the supreme deity. And again, we find that whenever there is mention of or any of the Puranas, we find that there is cosmology involved as to how the world or the creation has emerged. So we find that cosmology creation through Krishna has also come about. And in this, there are four kandas. In this four text kandas, there are Brahma Kanda, which describes um, uh, the creation, and then Prakriti Kanda, that is the nature of Prakriti, that is the matter, and its relationship with the divine. And then there is Ganesha Kanda. This is very specific because it focuses on Ganesha's Udbhava, the Mooladhara energy. And then it goes to Krishna Janma Kanda, which describes Krishna's birth. So here it starts from Krishna as a Tattva to Krishna as a Avatara. So Brahma Vaivarta Purana takes about. So in that it has been quoted like this through Brahma only. So it is from Brahma. So with that, we will conclude the Bhashya session. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषा ओ ब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिस्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।